Anyway, back to the Pope-looking Hermeticist here. After all, it was only a few years after slaughtering St. George did the Byzantine Roman government, who were most likely Hermeticists, paganisms, all the, they were pretty sure, Hermetic pagans. So after all, it was only a few years after slaughtering St. George did the Byzantine Roman government hijack control of the state directives of associated Christianity. And boy, this guy sure looks like the Pope. Catholic Pope. Goddamn, all those whacked out pedophiles, man. Anyway, they believe they're Hermeticism says anything of the flesh is because they're not expected to be good, because the only thing good in the universe is God. That's Hermeticism. Anyway, it was then that the previously hermetically triangulated minds of such Byzantine social elitist leaders practically overnight, by matter of law, swapped paganism for Christianity as the new directive for the state-run ethos. But did pagan Hermeticism get snuffed out by the ruling elite? Or did the ruling elite simply publicly remove paganism from the public temples and houses of worship and relocate it into their esoteric groups and societies to be protected by the cover of the shadows? And for why, in reason 3, we'll go back to this picture. In reason 3 for why Da Vinci may have felt compelled to encrypt, such messaging within the Vitruvian Man and within such other artwork in his creations may be explained by the way of understanding that Leonardo da Vinci most likely still maintained a connection to an active conscious mind, his conscience. He was an artist, of the right hemisphere, most likely right brain, Leonardo da Vinci, associated with left brain and Medici, theoretically. Yeah. This is stated most likely as fact, given the fact that artists tend to be maintain connection in their respective conscience, and therefore connection to the creative collective consciousness, more likely than left brain dominant control freaks, while tending to be of right brained artists, cognitive controlling systems. While as you say, is the pathological personalities of left brain dominated cognitive controlling systems tend to be control freaks, megalomaniacs, psychopaths, sociopaths. Boink. That tend to lose connection to their respective conscience, theorized to be of the right hemisphere of mind. All this may have meant that Da Vinci experienced such good impulses of compulsion that drove him to find a way to share this knowledge with the masses. This compulsion to share that Da Vinci may have experienced could simply have been to disseminate to the masses this so-called sacred knowledge regarding the geometric patterns of mind and mentality, because Da Vinci may have perceived this knowledge as being dangerous or potentially dangerous solely in the hands of various elite-minded societal leaders, one group of possibly being, his employer in the House of Medici, of which hunger and lust for power and control of and over all within the physical realm of their respective perspectives, which includes all other humans under and within the scope of their physical ruling sway. This is all due to the triangulation of states of mind.